Hello, YouTube. It's Carrie here, otherwise known as Fresh Orangina, coming to you live again this morning. This is my new office space in here in my old bedroom. And I realized I would like to apologize for how shaky my video, the last video I did was, because I was holding it. I'm going to figure it out. We'll get it all ironed out here. I'm coming to you today to discuss creative meal planning for long-term success. So with everybody with COVID this year or lockdown, I know a lot of people have been experiencing weight gain, me for one. And as I mentioned before, I am actively trying to mitigate that gain right now and lose it back. So let me just give you a quick background of a little bit about me. So I am a 12-year post-op RN-wire. And I have a lot of complications, including a really, really massive, two massive complications. One of them was surgically related to Peterson's hernia, but I got sick and with anemia and a bad relationship and divorce and all this stuff, I regained over 100 pounds when I was about 5 years out. And I decided to put my head into nutrition in order to rectify that situation and get back to health. And with everything that I learned, I not only lost the weight that I had regained, but more, and learned so much about food. And that's part of the reason why I'm still participating in the community. It's also the reason why I switched careers and decided to do product development, because I feel like we can do better with what we find at the store. There should be better options for us in convenience foods. So that's sort of a little bit about me. Okay, so I'm a pretty creative person. I have an international sort of background, and so I like to draw from a lot of different ethnic food inspirations in order to, hi Erica, in order to kind of develop a really, really great plan for the week that will just make me happy every time I look in the fridge and be like, oh, there's this great thing to choose, and it's easy and it's healthy, and I don't really have to think about it. I have major issues with tracking. I'm terrible at tracking. And so it's just something that I never got into. And I don't really plan the way that I eat around having to track my food. If it's an inappropriate food that I can only have a little bit of amount of, I usually don't bring it into the house. And when I do bring it into the house, I tend to have a serving size that is inappropriate and gain weight. Two of the things that I'm working on reducing in my diet right now that I think was causing a bit of that weight gain are nuts and cheese, because they are a slippery slope. They're so nutrient dense, like the calories are so concentrated. It's just so easy to just kind of like have a little glass of wine and some nuts, and the next thing you know, and some cheese. Next thing you know, you've like ingested like 500 calories. So I'm cooling it down on that, going a bit more back to the plant-based stuff. But I am a bit more of a flexitarian. I used to be a strict pescatarian for a little while. These days, I'm doing a little bit more flexing. But the mainstay of my diet is plant-based, like in terms of percentage of volume of like what kinds of foods do I eat. I eat a tremendous amount of vegetable foods. And I feel best that way, and I feel healthiest that way. So that's why I do it. So why do a meal plan? Last week was the first time I've really experimented with doing a meal plan for myself and prepping these dishes standardized that I planned beforehand to have in the fridge. And honestly, this was a really, really busy week for me, and it worked out so great. I find myself wasting so much time doing dishes because I'm a home cook. I cook everything I eat. I generally don't eat convenience foods. So there's not like I'm going to the freezer and pulling out something and popping it in the microwave. If I do, it's usually something I made in bulk before that I've frozen. So this way I have like fresh food that I've made. And like that's really good. So because I'm single, it kind of works for what I want to eat during the week. And I'm not always eating the same thing because I'm recombining the elements in different ways. And so it's like every meal creation is a little bit different and it's new. And yeah, I like how that's going. So it saves time on dishes, saves time because I'm not having to clean and cook at 3 meals a day. Like that's exhausting. And the other part of it is that I can plan better for healthy eating. when you're in the grocery store and you're just there and like something looks good, like you're apt to grab that rotisserie chicken and maybe something else, like a side of like cold noodles or like different things that maybe are delicious, and like you're tired and your body is craving that sustenance, and like you're just gonna like grab it and run and like get home to yourself or your family, and like just it's sometimes too much to think about all the time. It is. It's a big energy sap when you really think about it. Instead of spending a little bit of time planning ahead, thinking about something delicious, looking at the recipes, making a list of what you need to do, and then doing it. So this was great because I could just reach into the fridge and create a plate. Fantastic. So the way that I structured it was that I basically made last week 2 mains and 2 high fiber nutrient dense sides. Not all completely carb free, but like high fiber carbohydrates, so the complex carbs. 1 salad prep, so I'll go in the garden and like harvest salad for the week, because even with a killing frost, I still have salads. That's good. Then I do 1 homemade salad dressing. I tend to not do well with a lot of the chemical preservatives in commercial salad dressings, and I'm very spoiled. I grew up with my family making homemade salad dressings all the time. And so that's what I tend to go. Like, honestly, you throw stuff in the blender when you're doing anything else and it just whiz it up and you're done. So it's actually pretty easy once you know the principles on how to construct your dressing. So with that, I also did like a couple of like salad toppers that could double for a snack. I did 1 dip with a crudité and 1 to 2 extra veggie sides. So that way there's always something kind of on the go, always something good. So last week at my first attempt on this menu, I did, if anybody follows me on my Instagram, and my Instagram is Carrie Satin, 1 word, I believe. You may have seen, or even if you know me on Facebook, you may have seen me post some of the pictures from my food prep from last week. So I did a big thing of cabbage slaw. I used a half a head of green cabbage, sliced it up like chiffonade, very thin. And then I basically stir fried that with a little bit of seasonings, a little bit of carrot and some onion. Great base for starting a meal. So like you could put a curry on there. You could put like a spaghetti sauce on there. There's a lot of different ways that you could use that. So what I did to pair with that was I did a chorizo sausage and tomato kind of a sauce that's finished off in the oven. I got the inspiration from Jamie Oliver from his Pasta 5 Ways, I think was the video on YouTube. Then I also did an Indian fish curry, which was delicious. I had to pop into one of the Indian grocers here in town, and they had like just a seasoning packet that has like a paste in it, and I just mixed it. You can either mix it with water, you can do it with water and coconut milk. So I did that, and then I just popped in some white fish, and boy, that was delicious. Wow, like that was so good. I think a lot of times we don't think of like Indian food using fish, but this was like just flavor explosion, guys. Like delicious. Experiment with food. It's worth it. You might not like something, but you might find something that's amazing. So I did my salad prep. Then I did a green goddess dressing. I did a fava bean hummus. And then I did sliced carrots. I did a Greek salad for one of the extra veggie sides. And then for the toppers, I was just using fried egg on top of the salad. And boy, is that delicious. If you're looking for a really quick and easy meal, that's a protein produce-based meal that like you can just go to and it's really good. Get some of the salad, toss it up with a little bit of dressing, pop an egg in a cast iron pan. And by the way, if you're bariatric, definitely get a cast iron pan. That little bit of iron that you get with the food that you make in it is good for you. So yeah, just slap that in the pan, sunny side up until the white was, nice and done and the yolk was still kind of running. Plop that on top of the salad. Oh, it's so good. You like cut into it and yolk runs out. It's like delicious. Okay, I gotta hurry up because I'm seeing the time here. I don't want to make this too long. Okay, I could like wax on poetic about how wonderful food is, like for hours. Okay, I will spare you guys. Okay, so that was last week. This week, what am I making? So this week I was like, okay, I'm gonna like really, really plan this out. Let me see. Let me construct my menu. And so this week I am making Thai red curry shrimp, and I have some ingredients here that I want to show you. This here Aradi May Ploy is another one who makes this Thai red curry paste. It is so good in so many things. This paired with coconut milk. You can put tofu in there. You could put chicken in there. You can put shrimp in there. You can put veggies in there. You could make it into a curry. You could make it into a soup. There's a lot of different ways that you can use this product, and it is delicious. So basically, this is a spice paste, and I'll tell you what's in it. So dried red chilies, garlic, lemongrass, shallot, salt, galangal, which is like a spice root, kaffir, lime peel, and spices, coriander seeds, and cumin. So like it's all like legit stuff on there. This stuff is fire. It also, there is green curry, which is like a lot spicier. And there's also red curry, which is a little bit milder. So a very versatile product. I recommend if you want to try it. It's just a few bucks, and it, you know, you might find your new favorite. It's really good. So Thai red curry shrimp. And so I'm going to do that by doing like, I'll have veggies in there, and I'm going to have the shrimp and then the sauce. So I'm going to also put like, I think zucchini in there and a few other things. The next thing that I'm making, anybody know? Anybody know what this is? These are sweet potato noodles, and I'm making Korean japchae. Yum. So let me tell you about sweet potato noodles. You might think this is very starchy. Well, if you look on the back, and it says carbohydrates in here per 55 grams is 47 grams, but those are a lot of those are resistant starches. So you're not really, it's more like a fiber content that your body is not really going to use as much of. So these ones also, again, when I do something like this, I put a lot of extra veg in it. So I'll probably be putting like, I've got bok choy growing in the garden that I'm going to do. It'll be fantastic. Like I'm going to do, instead of spinach, I'll do the bok choy, and then it has like shredded carrot, a little bit of onion, and finely sliced up dried shiitake mushrooms. And just delicious. You finish off with like a little bit of sesame oil, and it's like, wow, delicious. So japchae. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I found a cheap little roast at the store that was on sale. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this. And I don't know if any of you guys know Chef John on YouTube. He's great. He's been around for years and years and years. He's got a huge receptacle of different recipes on his channel. But the past 2 weeks, he's been doing one for beef birria, tacos, and like the roast meat. So I was like, that sounds really good. I could use it for that. So I'm going to try that one. And it's just like, it's done with a lot of like hot peppers and like, oh, it sounds just phenomenal. The other thing that I'm going to make is Besan veggie pancakes. So what is Besan? This is Besan. This is one of my favorite products to use. It's like very versatile. This is chickpea flour. And honestly, the way that you make those Besan pancakes are super, super easy. You're basically getting a bunch of shredded veggies. So I'm going to do carrots and onion, and like I'll probably put some garlic, and I'll put some like parsley and some herbs in there. And like you can put like also zucchini, you can put shredded turnip. You can do all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm going to do that. And then I mix it with Indian spices. This is my spice Fava for when I do curries and stuff like that. Everything I know, I learned from YouTube. I got to do a shout out to Manjula. Manjula has a fabulous Indian cooking channel. She's a nice little lady from California. And like, honestly, she's so charming. I really like her. So those Besan pancakes, you just basically shred the veggies, plop in the seasonings. You put in your Besan flour along with some water until it gets to that like pancake consistency, and then you're just going into a nonstick pan and like making pancakes. It's fantastic. What I do with them generally is if I make a big batch of them, I'll freeze some of them, and then I can take it out and stick them in the toaster oven or put it in the air fryer to heat it up. Next thing I'm going to make for my dressing this week is a Caesar dressing, because hey, Caesar dressing is delicious. I had some eggs left over, so I made some boiled eggs. So that's going to be my salad topper. I'm also making guacamole. Yeah, yum. And I figured, like I'll make that for my dip side for snacks, but I can also have that with the tacos and build it up with the Besan pancake. Right. Or I could put the beef on top of the noodles. Like I could do all kinds of stuff with this. Like it's nice. It's a nice thing. if I want to mix something up too, like I can also just like take a baked sweet potato, like you do sweet potatoes in the microwave, and that takes 2 seconds, and then you can just put the topper of either the red curry shrimp or the taco beef. So like a lot of different ways to do things. And then the last thing I'm going to be making, broccoli was having they were having really, really good sale on broccoli at the store this week. It was 88 cents a head. That's like super cheap. So I am going old school and doing a like 80s style broccoli salad, broccoli salad, like the ones that were done like with the raisins in it, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I don't have raisins, so I'm going to be using dried apricots because I have that already. And I'll probably mix that up a little bit and, jazz up the recipe a bit to make it a bit more exciting. So those are the meals that I'm going to be making. I'm finding like it seems to be lasting more than a week because I still have a few more things left in the fridge to finish. So I can make these dishes. Like I've got a pretty crowded weekend. It's Halloween weekend. There's a lot going on. I'm not going out to do anything, but I'm going to be seeing my friend later. And I have like some stuff I got to do for work kind of thing. So it's busy. I'll see what I can get done. Of course, I'm always posting pictures to my social media. So like I said, you can check me out on Instagram, Carrie Satin, or you can see what I'm doing over on Facebook and go follow me there. I don't always add people that I don't know. If you want a more personal connection with me, you can reach out to me and write me something and be like, hey, I want to add you. Hi, this is me. This is my story. I'm more likely to add somebody who sort of introduces themselves to me, right? I think I have like 2,000 people on my friends list, and so like what's going on here? But I do enjoy mentorship partnerships in the community, so I'm all up for that. So I talked to you a little bit about where to find those recipes. Yeah, Chef John's got that great recipe for that. Like there's all kinds of different stuff that you can find on YouTube. Yeah, versatile in our dishes, great flavors, great nutrients. I'm doing a lot of diversity. So between all of the different ingredients, I've got my 30 plants a week covered. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Are you guys doing any meal planning yourself? If you're meal planning, like how do you structure your meal planning? I want to hear about that. What kind of dishes do you like to do? Are you following a particular type of diet? Oh, one more thing. I need you to check on something for me. I thought that like button down there was not working. So if you could just check on that for me, I'd really appreciate that. Just see if it's working. I don't know. I kind of think it's kind of been on the fritz lately. So maybe if you click on it, it'll work. Have a great weekend, everybody. Yeah, comment below. Let's meal prep together. Let's get the COVID weight off. It's time. Let's do reverse New Year's resolutions, and let's get there before New Year's. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you later.